In this video, we're taking a detailed look at the Air Daypak 2. Check out packhacker.com for our written review where we have photos of different people wearing it, etc. We'll leave links down in the description below. So, starting off, this is part of Air's work collection, and if you're familiar with Air's work collection, then this should look pretty familiar. It's got this weather-resistant panel on the front. As you can see, it does pick up some scuffs a little bit. Not sure if you can see that. Nothing too bad, just kind of something to note. It's made with, typical Air materials, beefy 1680 Cordura, big YKK zips. Although note that on this bag, the zippers are not water resistant. Actually, we found that, they're smoother to zip and unzip, so it's a pretty decent trade-off. We think it depends on your use case and what's important to you. The Air Tech-Pak 2, for example, which is the larger backpack in the collection, has those waterproof zippers. We're just going to start right in and open this up and open this front pocket just so you can kind of see we have some stuff in here to kind of show you how we've had it packed out. If you're familiar with Air, again, this organization panel should look pretty familiar. First up, we have some loose items, a notebook, laptop stand. There is a little bit of dimension, a little bit extra space at the bottom of the pocket here, so you can throw some of those loose things. And the way this front pocket, you can see kind of these like corner bits. It kind of helps it accommodate some bulkier items. Not a whole bunch of space, but just a little bit. That roost stand fits in there, no problem. Nice admin panel here. Couple of stretchy pockets at the top. One of them's a great size for a mouse, Apple Magic Mouse, for example. We've got headphones in the other. Couple of pen sleeves right in the middle. We like that the elastic is nice and tight on these. It doesn't feel like stuff's gonna fall out necessarily, and I mean, if they do, it's still gonna be inside this pocket, but it helps keep your stuff secure. Above that, you have a zipper pocket. It does have a key leash in it. We have been keeping our keys and a wallet inside. That's kind of like how we've been using it mostly. Something that we have noticed is, if your stuff in this zippered pocket gets a little too bulky, it can kind of interfere with what you put in these elastic pockets. Not too bad. I mean, we haven't been keeping anything huge in these pockets, so it hasn't been a huge issue, but you can kind of notice it. Like, I don't know if you can see here on the video how it sort of sticks out a little bit, and that can poke into the back of the pocket. Just something to note. And then down at the bottom, two larger elastic pockets. We've got a laptop charger in one and just some extra cords and dongles in the other, and they work really well, for what they are, and that's a great size for those medium-sized items. And that is the front pocket. We'll zip that up, and we'll move on to the main compartment. It opens up horseshoe just like the front, and inside you can kind of see the organization that's going on. So against the back there is a laptop sleeve, and it's nice and soft. It's got this kind of liner material that feels nice, kind of helps protect your laptop. And there is, let's take that out so we can reach in here. There is a false bottom going on here, so we always appreciate that little extra protection. In case you drop the bag. Something else about this bag is it's stiff and structured overall, so you can set it down and it stands up, and we found ourselves doing that all the time. So with that false bottom, we're a little more confident, just kind of like walk up, drop it wherever, we're working for the day, and, no worries. In front of the laptop sleeve, you have two other elastic sleeves for documents. You could toss a tablet in one of these. We've been great spot to stash our Bluetooth keyboard, kind of whatever you need. They do stretch a little bit, but we like keeping flatter items in here just to keep everything nice and tight. And then the rest of the main compartment, we've just got a jacket in there. Never know when it's gonna rain. You can kind of see there's some room at the bottom, and it does feel a little bit tight, mostly because it's stiff right here. You can kind of see this is where the bag bends, and right below that there's a bit of a small frame sheet. You can see the zippered pocket inside here. There's a little plastic frame sheet. And that does give the bag some nice structure, which we do appreciate. You just kind of have to get past it to get your stuff in here. We found it's just enough space, though, to put like a jacket and a lunch. Of course, it kind of depends on what you're carrying. This is like the middle size backpack in the work collection, so the Air Tech Pack 2 is larger. So if you're looking for more space, you can check that out. And depending on when you're watching this video, there may be a full review of that over on packair.com, so check that out as well. Let's zip this thing up. There's a few things we want to talk about on the outside. So first, we have a nice quick grab pocket. It is lined and sort of padded. It feels very similar. It's the same stuff that's in the laptop sleeve. So we've been using it for sunglasses, our phone. Great spot to just toss those in and not worry about them getting scratched up. They're also pretty quick to access right there at the top. On the side, you do have a water bottle pocket. It has been able to fit. This is a 32-ounce hydro flask. This is the Trail Series bottle, so it's a little skinnier than the normal. It has been able to fit. It is tight though, so this would be better with smaller bottles, which of course it depends on what you need. But if you can kind of see on the back side here, there's some elastic and a little gusset that folds out to help it accommodate this large bottle. And since we're on the back, there's a few notes we wanted to make about the harness system. First, there is some padding both on the back panel and on the shoulder straps, along with some mesh. So it does help some with breathability and comfort. However, we've been having an issue with this harness system overall. The bag kind of wants to pull away from your back, if that makes sense. We have photos of this in the review, and we'll go over it in detail as well. But we've been calling it hover back, and it's sort of when you have the bag cinched up nice and tight up on top of your back, you can feel the bag pulling away. And we've had some great discussions in our pro community about this as well, and it seems to be a mix of a few things. One is the structure, which we talked about is great because the bag can stand up, your stuff's protected, but it's kind of working against it in the comfort factor. Another thing is how the straps are anchored, the height of the bag, all of that stuff. So if you want more details, make sure to check out the review. So there you have it. This is the Air Daypack 2. Head over to packhacker.com for more information. There's links in there for the best buying options as well. We'll leave the link down below, and we'll see you in the next video.